Alright, so we open the movie proper with an emergency situation underway at the Krusty Krab. We got Mr. Krabs out here stressing, not really wanting to talk about this with the press until his manager arrives. So a car pulls up and out pops the GOAT himself, SpongeBob, for his big screen debut. Let's go! My boy Sponge tells Eugene to give him a rundown on what happened here. Krabs tells him it was supposed to be an easy order, Krabby Patty with cheese, nothing too crazy, but then the customer went to take a bite, no cheese! SpongeBob makes his way in and this guy Phil is on the brink of losing it. Big Sponge tells him to stay with him, asks him about his family to keep him present, keep him grounded, and then he goes to make his move.
Say cheese.
My boy SpongeBob's able to get that cheese on the burger and the crowd goes wild. Let's go SpongeBob! Crowd starts giving him a hip hip hooray! But those hoorays start turning into his alarm, and that's when my boy wakes up from his dream. But today is the day that his managerial dreams come true. And if there's any doubt in your mind that this job is as good as his, you can ask his 374 consecutive Employee of the Month awards about it. Yes, that's right, over 30 years of being the model Krusty Krab employee. You simply can't argue with those statistics. So after SpongeBob gets his morning routine in, he goes and meets with his boy Patrick, and he hypes up with Patrick about the big day for a little bit, and Pat lets him know that he already has plans to go to Goofy Goober's to celebrate afterwards. SpongeBob's gotta get going, but Pat tells him to keep an eye out for him at the ceremony, cause he's got a big surprise for him. We jump over to the Krusty Krab, and Mr. Krabs has made the full-blown news about opening a brand new location, and this man opened it right next door to the original. It's got the same design and everything. The only reason to use this Krusty Krab instead of the OG is because it has a 2 on it. And when he's pressed about this decision, the only answer Krabs can offer is that he likes money. Up next, we get the film debut of my favorite little menace, Plankton, and he is over here crashing out over how much he hates to see Mr. Krabs winning. Plankton is over here like, if I just had the secret formula to the Krabby Patty, all that success would be mine. But it's no good. I've exhausted every plan in my arsenal, from A to Y. What you mean A to Y? What about Z? Wait a minute! You're right! Here it is! Plan Z! And my man's is shook. He forgot he wrote this bad boy up. Oh, and by the way it has him acting, he must have been cooking. This plan has Plankton so gassed up. He's going outside monologuing about how crazy this scheme is gonna go, and that's when he gets stomped on by SpongeBob. Our boy scrapes him off and goes over to the ceremony. SpongeBob is seated and ready as Krabs starts laying on the reveal of the manager thick. SpongeBob's gassing up because we all know it's our boy. He's been here forever. He's the hardest worker. He's the heart and the soul of the Krusty Krab. That's why it's actually crazy when Mr. Krabs announced that Squidward is going to be the new manager. Poor SpongeBob, though. He was so confident it was going to be him. He's over here celebrating. Brother even wishes Squidward better luck next time. He even makes his way to the podium to give his acceptance speech. No, my boy. Krabs has to step in and let him know that he's embarrassing himself. Eugene tells him, listen, SpongeBob, I gave Squidward the job because being manager is a lot of responsibility. And let's face it, I mean this in the nicest way, but you're a kid, bud. And to be a manager, you gotta be grown. And to really put the cherry on top of this nightmare scenario, Patrick comes parachuting in full nude with a flag in his cheeks that says SpongeBob to congratulate his boy. He goes crashing into the set and he sends the crowd off screaming. So after that, we cut over to Plankton gearing up for Plan Z, and he arrives to King Neptune's palace by nightfall. Neptune is in the process of having a back and forth with his daughter about how the ruler who wears the crown has a lot of duty to rule over the seas with a mighty fist. But she thinks he can afford to lay off a bit. Everything doesn't need to be so harsh. While they're having this discussion, Plankton manages to sneak off with King Neptune's crown, setting Plan Z into motion. Back over on SpongeBob's end, he meets up with Patrick at Goofy Goober's and gives him the bad news, tells him he's bummed and the celebration's off. But after Sponge sees Pat's Triple Berry Goober Sunrise, his tune changes a little bit and they start downing these bad boys. I'm talking they are bottles deep into this stuff and the boys get zooted off the sugar and wake up the next morning still in the place looking absolutely disheveled. SpongeBob realizes that he's late for work, but then he remembers how tilted he is about that promotion. And let me tell you, if you've ever been slighted from a job you felt like you truly deserved, then you know that this boy is heated. So back over on the Krusty Krab, and Mr. Krabs is getting Squidward settled in as manager, and he sees that King Neptune himself is arriving. Krabs starts getting gassed up, upping the prices on everything on the menu. Neptune comes strolling in looking for Eugene, and he accuses him of stealing the crown. So Krabs is like,
Daddy, chill.
Nah, fam, you gotta believe me. I may be a cheapskate, but I'm not a crook. You can ask anyone, they'll vouch for me. Okay then, is there anyone here who has anything to say about Eugene Krabs? I've got something to say about Mr. Krabs. So Mr. Krabs is over here being relieved because he knows if anyone's going to have a good word to say about him, it's going to be SpongeBob. But that's not the SpongeBob he has today. Sponge starts going off, talking about, I deserve that job. You're nothing but a big jerk. You suck, Krabs. You ain't shit. So yeah, that's all Neptune needed to hear. He immediately lights Krabs up. Literally. Neptune is ready to put Mr. Krabs up on a shirt, but SpongeBob steps in like, hey man, it ain't that deep. You don't gotta go all that way for me. But Neptune tells him that this isn't about his job. Krabs stole his crown, and now it's in Shell City. And I need that crown to cover my bald spot.
It's not that noticeable. Bald!
SpongeBob asks Neptune if he'll spare Mr. Krabs if he goes to Shell City to get the crown back. And Neptune laughs right in this man's face. It's so disrespectful. Neptune tells him nobody who's ever gone to Shell City has come back. What makes him think a little kid like him could do it? Neptune is about to light both of them up, but Mindy comes in and convinces her father to give SpongeBob a chance out there. Neptune is gonna give SpongeBob 10 days to get the crown back, but Patrick Smoothbrain comes in talking about, oh, he can do it in 9. And ends up haggling the days all the way down to 6. So Neptune freezes Mr. Krabs solid until then, and Mindy gives the boys good luck and gives them a bag of wind to get back home once they get the crown. And this boy Patrick is so down bad, straight up gushing over her. SpongeBob, Patrick, and Squidward? Pass. SpongeBob and Patrick say farewell to Mr. Krabs and get to the paddy wagon. Half Krabby Patty, half vehicle, all performance.
Hey, I thought you didn't have a driver's license.
You don't need a license to drive a sandwich.
Now that everyone is away and Mr. Krabs is incapacitated, Plankton goes in to make his move. And with zero competition, he steals the Krabby Patty secret formula. The boys stop for gas at the county line, and these two hillbillies over here are roasting them, telling them they ain't gonna last 10 seconds over the county line. The guys say bet, and they cross over only to be carjacked in 12 seconds flat. But hey, that's still more than 10, so in your face, let's go boys, big hype, and they make their way on foot. Wow, those boys are cooked. Back in Bikini Bottom, Plankton has officially started selling Krabby Patties at the Chum Bucket in memory of his dearly frozen, soon-to-be departed friend Eugene. Each one even comes with a free Chum Bucket helmet. So Plankton feels very assured of his victory at this point, but Karen tells him that SpongeBob and Patrick are on their way to reclaim the crown. But Plankton ain't worried. He already hired somebody to take care of them. That's when we get the debut of Dennis. Dennis is radiating aura, the presence is immaculate, and when the gas station boys try roasting him, brother rips their mouths off. Got them looking like they have no mouth, but they must scream. We cut back to SpongeBob and Patrick, and they are getting exhausted, but thankfully, they find the paddy wagon parked outside this biker bar. They cook up a plan for Pat to go in and cause a distraction while SpongeBob goes for the key, and Pat's idea for a distraction was saying he had to go to the bathroom, taking attention for all of, 5 seconds. Got SpongeBob looking goofy out here. SpongeBob meets with Patrick in the bathroom to think up a new plan, but they end up playing with some bubbles from a soap dispenser. But the patrons of the bar, they really ain't messing with all that.
You all know the rules.
All bubble-blowing babies will be beaten senseless by every able-bodied patron in the bar.
So to get down to the bottom of this, the leader of the bar is going on a baby hunt. And don't think he don't know how to weed 'em out. They start playing the Goofy Goober theme song, knowing that no bubble-blowing baby could resist singing along. My boys are over here stressing. They know they can't hold out much longer, and right before they're about to crack, these conjoined twins end up breaking out into the song. And in the commotion of the twins getting jumped, the boys are able to escape with the key, and they're back on the road. Meanwhile, in Bikini Bottom, Squidward finds out that the Chum Bucket is selling Krabby Patties, and he puts 2 and 2 together to realize this was all a Plankton plot. So he goes to confront him, because you see, Plankton made one crucial flaw. He messed with Squidward's paycheck. But before Squidward's able to report all of this to King Neptune, Plankton starts the next phase of his plan. He activates the mind control devices hidden in the helmets, taking over the minds of everyone in Bikini Bottom and having them seize Squidward. Back over on SpongeBob and Patrick's end, they are going through a road filled with an actually ridiculous amount of skeletons. Like, this is about 1,000 too many skeletons, and the boys are nowhere near as worried as they need to be. In fact, they are so unworried that when they see a free ice cream stand, they actually pull over.
Hey, hold on now.
And SpongeBob starts walking through an entire pile of bones to get through it without even batting an eye. Like, what are we actually talking about? Lock in, boys! So SpongeBob really goes to take this ice cream, and when he does, it gets stuck to his hands. So he tries pulling off, he tries using the old lady for leverage, but his feet get stuck on her. Turns out that the old lady is a tongue-like thing, and now he's in the mouth of a sea monster. SpongeBob's able to get free before he gets chomped, and him and Patrick book it off with this thing hot on their trail. The boys end up having to ditch the paddy wagon as it goes flying off the road into a trench. The other fish doesn't react in time though, and he goes over the edge, which is the least of his problems. Y'all look at this. Yeah, me too, boys, because that was freaking terrifying. Like, I used to have nightmares as a kid about this trench. And SpongeBob, he calls it here. This is a no-go. He tells Pat that everyone was right about them. They are just kids. They aren't built for this. It's time to go home. Right as they're about to pack it up and go home, Mindy shows up and tells them that they are Bikini Bottom's only hope. Everyone is enslaved by plankton, and Neptune is too worrying about his ball spot to help with anything. The boys have no confidence that they're able to do this, though. They would need to be men to get this done. So Mindy gets the idea to use a little mermaid magic and turn them into men. She sticks some seaweed on their faces like mustaches, and the boys, I'm sorry, the men, lock in. So locked in fact, they think they're invincible and they leap off the side of the trench. They get saved by a branch at the last second, so they are fully convinced of their invincibility, and they proceed to put on a banger musical and luck their way through all the monsters of the trench, even managing to win the monsters over with some crazy ham boning.
We did it, Pat! We made it past everything! Even the hideous, disgusting monsters!
Before the men can make it the rest of the way to Shell City, Dennis finally catches up with them, and he rips the fake mustaches off their face, taking their confidence along with it. He tells the boys that Plankton was real specific that he should step on them to put them on a shirt, and spikes come out of his boot. Just moments before he can add an RIP to their bios, though, Dennis gets stepped on by none other than the Cyclops. Now, it turns out the Cyclops is an old-timey scuba diver, and he snatches SpongeBob and Patrick up. Just like I'm trying to snatch y'all up as subscribers. Hey, if y'all are liking the vibe so far, why don't y'all stick around and subscribe? You know the vibe. We're at a little over 600 subs right now, and the goal is to be at 1,000, so why don't y'all come on and help out if you're liking the video. Cutting back over to SpongeBob and Patrick, they wake up inside of a fishbowl, and they see some other fish around, and that's when they realize all these other fish are dried out in past tense. That's right, the Cyclops has been out here snatching up sea creatures and turning them into souvenirs. The Cyclops puts my boys under a heat lamp to dry them out, and the heat is too much for SpongeBob and Pat to even move. These boys are so dry that SpongeBob's arm snaps off, and he starts lamenting his fate.
You mean we're not gonna get the crown, save the town, and Mr. Krabs?
I don't even think we're gonna be able to save ourselves, buddy.
But that's when Patrick points out a sign that says Shell City, Novelty and Gift Shop, and they can even see the crown. They really did it. They went out here and did what no one thought they could do. They proved they're more than just boys. The two of them shed a tear together, and it combines into a heart before they shrivel up completely. And look, hey, everyone in life has to have their first fake-out scene, and I'm pretty sure for me as a kid that this was it, because I know I was in that theater crying my heart out. I just watched my goats depart our world. I thought Plankton won, the movie was wraps. But thankfully, just as it looked like things were over, the boys' teardrops start sliding off the table and down the wire into the outlet, making it short circuit, and the smoke from it made the sprinkler system go off, reviving the boys. They move to get the crown, but they get pulled up on by the Cyclops. Now, before he can capture them again, the rest of the sea creatures also start getting revived, which, hey, I don't think that's how that works. I think they might have been gone for too long, but whatever, we take those. The boys get ready to use the winds to get back home, but Patrick ends up throwing. Just as all hope seems lost, the boys get approached by the one, the only, David Hasselhoff, best known for this role, OG Baywatch, and eating a burger on the floor in 2007. My boys begin to ride the mighty Hasselhoff back to Bikini Bottom, but they start getting pulled up on by the Cyclops' boot, and Dennis proceeds to peel himself off the bottom of this boot. This man is different. So not only are my boys basically out of time to save Mr. Krabs, they also got to deal with Big D. He starts attacking the boys and they get on the defense for a little bit, and SpongeBob's able to luck out getting some bubbles into Dennis's eyes. This is enough of a distraction for him to get clotheslined by this little boat. They get above Bikini Bottom, and Hasselhoff ends up using his ridiculous pectoral muscle control, and he launches the boys into the Krusty Krab just in time to make the save.
You done good, Hasselhoff. You done. Ow.
But it's not over yet. Plankton has one last ace up his sleeve. He gets a bucket helmet on King Neptune. So Plankton starts gassing up about how SpongeBob never had a chance to defeat me. You fool! I'm an evil genius, and you're just a kid. A stupid kid. I guess you're right, Plankton. I am just a kid. But if there's one thing I've learned over this Odyssey, it's that you are who you are. And no mermaid magic or managerial promotion can change me from being a kid. But that's okay, 'cause I did everything they said a kid couldn't do. I faced the Cyclops. I made it to Shell City. I rode the Great Hasselhoff, and I brought the crown back. Yeah, my boy SpongeBob is out here feeling himself. He has fog rolling in and everything. He builds and builds until it all comes to a head with one powerful, I'm a goofy goober! Yes, that's right, SpongeBob proceeds to turn the climax of this film into a rock concert, and using the pure power of rock and roll, he starts destroying the town's mind control helmets. Plankton tries to mount an escape, but he gets trampled by an army of thankful rockers, and they lock my man up. With his crown back and the town freed, Neptune unfreezes Mr. Krabs and tells him how lucky he is to have a goat like SpongeBob in his employ.
Where is he anyway?
I'm up here.
We end the film out with Mr. Krabs giving SpongeBob the promotion to manager, and in the credits we get some stills of my boy doing a great job, and as far as I'm concerned, this is the canonical SpongeBob ending. So thank you all again for clicking on another video. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and hey, you know, if you like the vibe, leave a subscribe. You know the vibe. I hope to see you again for the next one. Y'all stay safe out there.